My parents never bothered me about that money. They asked me, would I pay tithe and offering, but they never said what to do with it. And I developed a habit of, if I want something, I work for something. And if I work for it, you can't tell me what to do with it because I worked for it. And if you tell me it's not enough, I'll go work more. And that was what I brought into our relationship. One, I wanted to make sure that we put our money together, and I didn't want to be my mother and father. And two, I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. And I had to learn a lesson, and the lesson was, you don't have to work more. If you just manage what you have, you can still find a way to do. And it was the control of working more that I resisted when we got married. And although mommy says, you know, things that would come up would cause us to realize our differences, the first thing that I remember was, we don't have the money. And I couldn't go and work because I was in school for medicine. So I would say, okay. And my parents would give us money and mommy would work. But there was always a good deal that mommy found. And I'd come in and there'd be something. Do you like that? It was on sale. And it was always something for the house. It was never anything for her. But I would question, if we don't have any money, we don't have any money. Or put the money on the table and let's decide what it is we're going to do with it. And that was the initial aspect of how we began to realize our differences. And my friends had a joke that they would say, oh, Dwayne wants something. Oh, he's just going to work another hour. He's just going to get another contract and go to the hospitals. And that's how he does it. And mommy would constantly be at home saying, what we need to do is just manage what it is you make.
And then go get something for the house. I bring up the house.
Quite.
I bring up the house because you guys have had a unique path to initial homeownership. Share with me how you got the money to buy your first home.
At the time we were married, I had a friend who I worked with and painted with in my younger years in Milwaukee, and they offered to renovate anything we bought and just charge us for the materials. And I wanted to do that, and mommy needed the security of an apartment, something that's taken care of. So we rented the first 4 years of our marriage. And mommy decided that if we're staying in Nashville, I do want a home. We didn't have a home or down payment for a home. And I told my parents what we were trying to do. And my father had an accident. He was struck by a garbage truck in Milwaukee, and he was in the hospital, and he got a settlement, and the settlement came through, and it was $7,500. And he sat down at the table and he looked at my mother and said, are the children trying to buy a house? And she said, yeah. And he said, here, send it to them. And that was how we got the down payment on our house.